Hi Taurus, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your mid-month reading, 16th to the 30th of September. For your reading, guys, I am using my usual Rider-Waite deck, and I'm also going to be using the Angel Answers by Doreen Virtue Oracle cards for your advice at the end of the reading. If I need any further clarity, I'll use the small pocket universal weight tarot deck, okay? So we're going to shuffle the cards. I'm decided to incorporate reversals. I like using reversals now. I think they add a certain texture and flavour to the reading. So Universe Spirit, show me Taurus. What's coming in for Taurus? I'm grounding myself, my energies. What's coming in for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising signs? Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. In the last 2 weeks of September. Show me what's coming in for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for the last 2 weeks of September 2017. Show me. Right, we're going to split the deck into 3, like so. Collect it back up, and you'll see that the cameras are slightly away because I want to be able to sort of show the layout on the desk but also talk to you guys at the same time. Right, so it looks like you're coming out of conflict to me here. The energies are showing the Five of Swords reversed. Okay, the energies around that are the Temperance energy reversed. Now, the Temperance energy reversed often represents, it's usually where there's imbalance here, and I think that the influences are you recognise, Taurus, some form of imbalanced energy around you guys, which is why with this Five of Swords reversed, it often means that you're coming out of some form of a conflict here. So for me, this is all about healing, recognising the imbalance in a situation, and as a result of that, the energies around you, really with this Five of Swords, is maybe for some of you guys trying to heal a situation, or really just kind of surrendering and letting something go. In the distant past, why am I turning this around to you guys? Sorry, I need to turn it around to me so I can see what's going on. The root energy of this is the Two of Swords reverse. So the Two of Swords reverse for me means that you have kind of come to a place of making some form of a decision. Because in the upright it means having 2 paths that you can follow. It also means that you're kind of a little bit indecisive, you've got a decision to make. But I think in the reverse this is more about making a decision. So I think you guys have made some form of a decision here with the Two of Swords reversed. I think that the situation showed some imbalance, the influences around this were something that was imbalanced, but also you might have just lost patience. Because the Temperance card in the reverse means that you are impatient, you're losing patience. When it's in the upright, it's about having patience in a situation. So I feel that some of you guys, in your foundation is making a very solid decision with that Two of Swords energy. I think that the influences around you guys are showing us with the Temperance card reverse that you've lost patience in a situation. You're kind of, it's very imbalanced. It's upsetting your balance, your aura, your chakra, whatever it is. And I think that what's happened as a result of that, it's more with this Five of Swords reverse, sort of giving up on a situation, releasing a situation, coming out of conflict. In the recent past, we do have that Sun card reverse. A lot of reversals for you guys. Not all of them though, thank God. In the recent past, we do have the Sun card reverse. Now, the Sun card reverse is not that bad because even when it's reversed, it's still good. It just means that there's a little bit of a delay in a situation here before you see the Sun, before you get that breakthrough. The most likely outcome is the Hermit energy for you guys, okay? So the Hermit is the most likely outcome, Taurus, I feel, and this is usually a Virgo energy, but I feel that this is about kind of seeking some form of introspection. I feel also for some of you guys it will be where you decide just to withdraw completely from whatever this situation is. In the immediate future, you've got the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups represents the ending of a cycle. So sometimes when you get this card, it's about something wrapping itself up in the best possible way. So there is happiness for some of you guys, emotional fulfillment, perhaps because you've come out of this kind of conflict with the Five of Swords reversed in the centre of the reading as the energies around you guys. And I feel that there's real happiness showing up here in the immediate future, or something's getting resolved in the best possible way. And it could be in a family situation, a relationship situation. It might be that you're saying goodbye to a situation as well. You guys right now are the Queen of Wands reversed. So the Queen of Wands reversed, she can either be quite spiteful, gossipy, very self-centered in the reverse, or she can show a very much an insecure energy. So when you get her in the upright, she's very much a fearless character. She's ready to fight for what she wants. She's very confident. But when she's in the reverse, she can either be quite spiteful, quite self-centered, or she can actually be somebody who's a little bit insecure, a little bit unsure of herself, a little bit nervous even with this energy. And I think that this is you guys, this Queen of Wands. You're showing us the Queen of Wands in the reverse. And I think that for some of you Taurians, even though you are the bull within the tarot, okay, so you will go headstrong at something, you're quite fearless people, really, Taurians are. I feel that you're kind of, with this Queen of Wands, you guys showing us the Queen of Wands, are feeling quite tender around a situation here. And I think as a result of that, we have the ending of some form of a conflict with that Five of Swords. I feel that you guys are quite resolute, because in your foundation there is the energies of being very resolute, making that decision, making that stand with the Two of Swords. It's no longer a decision card because it's not in the upright. It's more about making that firm decision. It seems around you in the recent past there has been the Sun in the reverse. This is a slight delay on a situation, or maybe some form of a delay before something's absolutely resolved. But I feel that here in your influences, it's saying that you have a lack of patience in a situation. It might be upsetting your balance, and as a result of that, something is getting to the point of resolution, I feel, in the present situation, in which the most likely outcome will be with this Hermit card. You're able to either withdraw from the situation with that Hermit card, or what you're going to be doing is seeking some new sort of spiritual transformation within your life. Coming in, what you'll experience is the Ten of Swords. So you're going to experience the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords, you've got two tens here, which are in the upright. So in a way, when you get tens, you get multiple tens in readings, Taurus. It means that you're coming to the end of some form of a cycle. And it might be that what you experience with that Ten of Swords is kind of the... But the Ten of Swords in the upright is a difficult card, because it can be that you are being betrayed or backstabbed with that Ten of Swords. Sometimes this means the most pressure that one is feeling, because when you get the tens, they really mean the most of something. But if the Ten of Cups is representing maybe happiness, emotional fulfillment, then that Ten of Swords might be that, you know, you're coming to the end of a very, very painful period within this situation. Your hopes might be not to invest anymore in this situation, because you've got the Eight of Pentacles reversed, and that often means when you're not willing to put any effort or any type of work into a situation here. And the outcome is the Justice card in the reverse. So the Justice card in the reverse often represents, when you get this card, that something is unjust, it's unbalanced, but it's interesting because it's as a result of this energy here, the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords now, I would probably read that as being maybe... I don't know, Taurus, whether somebody's doing this to you, because I think that you've resolved a situation here, it would seem to me. And it seems that, you know, you've got some form of conclusion, happy conclusion. Something's being wrapped up in the best possible way with that Ten of Cups energy. But you've got the Ten of Swords showing up here as coming in for some of you guys. And I think that this is something, I think that you've resolved something here, all right? But I feel that somebody else hasn't resolved the situation with you, and it might be that what they want to do is hurt you for some reason, coming in with that Ten of Swords, and that's why you guys are going to experience justice in the outcome in the reverse, which is an unjust or an unfair act from another person. And I'm noticing that justice in the Ten of Swords, justice is Libra, but it's reversed, so it's not fair. And the Ten of Swords is also an air sign energy, so it might be that this is being done by an air sign person, perhaps. We're going to see why you guys are the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Why is Taurus the Queen of Wands in the reverse in the last 2 weeks of September 2017? What's the situation showing me? Right, so I think that you guys, I think that you are feeling, you guys, you're approaching the situation, or you are this Queen of Wands in the reverse, and I think that you're feeling very insecure and very uncertain with this Queen of Wands. I also get the impression, when you get the Queen of Wands, she's very passionate to act. So what she wants to do is she's very fearless, she's very motivated, and whatever the Queen of Wands wants, she tends to go after. But I feel that there is a lack of energy here, a lack of motivation with you, Queen of Wands, showing in the reverse here. It's because of a situation that's involving this Nine of Cups reversed. I think when you get the Nine of Cups reversed, it means that something is not, the wish is not being fulfilled. it means when you get the Nine of Cups in the reverse, a certain dissatisfaction. So it might be that some of you guys are this Queen of Wands reverse, may be insecure, may be unhappy about a situation with that Queen of Wands reverse, maybe a sense of feeling kind of dispassionate or a lack of engagement, if you like, because you're the card about somebody who attracts, but also somebody who's very attracted too. So I'm getting the sense that you guys are very sort of disengaged, especially in terms of your passion around the situation. Because with this Nine of Cups reversed, I feel that this is almost saying to you guys that this is a situation that doesn't have the potential to yield the type of results that you want, which is to achieve something. I think for some of you guys, it might be that you're feeling a little bit kind of uncertain with that Queen of Wands as well, showing as you guys in the reverse, because with this Nine of Cups, this doesn't have the potential to yield or to help you achieve. And I also feel that you're feeling emotionally dissatisfied with this Nine of Cups reversed in a situation. We'll see what the Two of Swords is saying. Why is the Two of Swords in the reverse in Taurus's foundation? Why is the foundation here? Why is the reason for this reading the Two of Swords in the reverse? Show me. Well, we've got the Star reversed as well, so I think that a decision has been made over something that will not. And you've got both wish cards, Nine of Cups and the Star reversed, Taurus. So I think that an absolute decision has been made with this Two of Swords in the reverse, that something with this Star card cannot yield results. It's saying it to me very, very, very strongly that you've lost the passion with this Queen of Wands. There's a sense of a non-investment in terms of your passion, in terms of your actions, in terms of your drive. I feel with this Queen of Wands reverse, because this Nine of Cups reverse says that maybe for some of you guys there's a lot of emotional dissatisfaction going on. Something is not going to yield the type of results or the potential that you want it to. And in your foundation, there is the need to make a decision over something that you guys might have given up on with that Star card. Because when you get it in the reverse, the Star, it means that you've given up on a wish, you've given up some form of hope. Something's not going to yield results. So I definitely feel that there is a very firm decision from you guys, or somebody made a decision maybe. It could have been an air sign as well, made a decision with that Two of Swords reverse that something was not going to come to fruition. There was some form of hope that was given up on a situation here. In the recent past, you've experienced the Sun in the reverse. Why has Taurus experienced the Sun in the reverse? Show me. Well, because of the Chariot in the reverse. So here we have the Sun in the reverse, which represents some form of a delay to some form of positive breakthrough, or some form of positive results, success here, so a delay to some form of success or renewal. Because I feel with the Chariot in the reverse, it could be a Cancerian person, for example, wasn't moving forward. The Chariot in reverse represents that you don't have a victory or something's not moving forward. So I feel that there is a delay that you guys have experienced. It could be around a Cancerian person, or it could be around somebody that wasn't moving forward, or a situation that wasn't moving forward. And as a result of that, the influences around you are Temperance in the reverse. And why is Temperance the influences around Taurus in the reverse? Show me. Because of the Magician. I think that you guys lost some form of patience because of a Magician card. And the Magician card I would read as somebody else. I think it was you lost patience over somebody's communication with you. Because the Magician card, even though it's not in the reverse, which is good, because the Magician card shows bad intentions when it's in the reverse, but even in the upright, it can say that somebody flowers up communication. When you get the Magician, this is somebody who's saying, yes, I can make something happen, or I can make, you know, or let's run away together, we'll have a great life together, you know, we're going to have picket fences and 2 kids, and, you know, we'll both have, you know, good jobs together. It's that type of thing. So I think that you've lost patience. It could be in the communication that somebody was giving to you with that Magician, but it might also be, or in somebody's ideas, for example, because Magician is an ideas card, but it's also a card about manifestation. It's also a card about creating new ideals and new worlds. And I think that you lost patience in something starting up here with the Magician, something actually coming to fruition. Now, the Magician is number 1 within the major. So it is right at the start of those major cards. And remember, the major arcana is a journey that people go on through life. So you get the Magician, which represents an idea that somebody has that they want to bring to fruition. Now, they might act on that using their tools, their skills, their talents. But then you've got the High Priestess, and the High Priestess needs to take all of that information, work on that information, sift out what's right, what's not right, sift out what you're going to use, what you're not going to use. And then she passes it on to the Empress, and the Empress takes all of that information from the Magician, from the High Priestess, and starts to create until you get to the Emperor, where you can start to see that foundation really building there. So the Magician is number 1 in the major arcana. So usually this is about ideas that are formulated in the mind. They're either communicated out, or you're going to start kind of manifesting and working on those ideas. And I think that you came to the end of the line with the Temperance card because of this Magician energy, which is you're at the start of something, but nothing is really manifesting outwardly. You know, the Magician is about manifestation, but it's also about the ideas that people give us, or the ideas that people communicate. Might be some of you guys lost some form of patience with this Temperance energy over something starting up with the Magician, or maybe over somebody communicating to you maybe that they had an intention to do something. Which is why the energies around you guys are the Five of Swords. Let's have a look at why the energies around you guys are the Five of Swords. Because of the Lovers. Okay. So, the energies around you guys are the Five of Swords in the last 2 weeks, of September 2017. And I think this is coming out of some kind of conflict. Because I think that for some of you guys, there has been a decision that's been made with that Lovers card. And that decision was made in the best possible way for some of you guys. When you get the Lovers, it can either be about a connection between two people, but it can also be that one has to make some form of a decision that represents what is in the best interest of yourself, but also the other party involved. And I feel that you guys have decided to end some form of a conflict here with this Five of Swords reverse, because it was based on a decision made that would benefit you, but potentially benefit a person in the best possible way. And the most likely outcome as a result of those energies, Taurus, will be the Hermit. Why is the Hermit the most likely outcome for Taurus? Why is the Hermit the most likely outcome for Taurus? Show me. Right, I think you guys are seeking a new path because you want a new beginning. You want a fresh start with that Fool energy. All right, so when you get the Magician, when you get the Hermit card, it represents to withdraw, especially sort of internally, seek some introspection, but also just to take oneself out, because the Hermit card is a loner. So I think that you guys are looking to take yourself out of a situation, because what you actually want with this Fool energy is to start pursuing new goals, new opportunities, and a fresh start. In the immediate future, you guys will experience the Ten of Cups. Why is Taurus experiencing the Ten of Cups? Why is Taurus experiencing the Ten of Cups in the immediate future? Show me. Well, I feel that you're experiencing, it usually should be the greatest happiness, this card, but it's because of the Knight of Swords energy. I get the Knight of Swords as being you. Usually the Knight of Swords can be a ferocious energy, a dramatic energy when you get this card, but it might be that you guys are experiencing the Ten of Cups because you're ending a cycle in the best possible way. It might be because you're sick of drama with that Knight of Swords. You're sick of the drama that's gone into this situation. For some of you guys, it might be with the Ten of Cups, you're experiencing the most emotional and serene contentment with that Ten of Cups energy, because you've got a new goal that you're pursuing with that Knight of Swords energy. Might be also maybe there's a Gemini person involved here. But what you'll experience coming in, the influence is coming in of the Ten of Swords. Why are the influences coming in for Gemini, the Ten of Swords? Why are the, not Gemini, sorry. Why are the influence coming in for Taurus, the Ten of Swords? Why are the influences coming in for Taurus, the Ten of Swords? Show me. Okay. The Ten of Swords you're going to experience because of a devil. This is somebody who doesn't want peace. Alright, so I think that for some of you guys, and I don't like the Ten of Swords or explaining the Ten of Swords in a fearful way for any of the reader, for any of the signs that I read for, but you know, the Ten of Swords is what the Ten of Swords is, and if you get the Ten of Swords coming up, it can either be that you experience depression or you experience some form of failure in a situation, because I can see here that you guys want to release some form of drama. You've had enough of it here, Taurus. And you're doing your best to do that. This is definitely your call to do something here, I feel, because I think that you're sick of it. I think that you've had enough of some form of drama that you've experienced. But it's either that you're going to have somebody who doesn't want you to release the drama. So they'll do something with that Ten of Swords. For some of you guys, it might be that there's a bit of backstabbing going on here, a bit of betrayal concerning you by a devil, somebody who doesn't want peace, because somebody might be somebody with control issues. For example, if you guys are wanting to release yourself from a situation, the Ten of Swords could be the last sort of nail in the coffin, the last knives in the back. Oh, well, it might be a telephone call, who knows? Oh, well, you know, you weren't that good in bed anyway, fuck off. Because they've got control issues. this person's quite toxic, and I feel that the devil energy represents a toxic individual around you. It might be Capricorn, because the devil is represented by a Capricorn energy, but it might simply be somebody who wants to have you still held hostage, because the devil card is a card that represents holding people hostage. Even though they're not hostages, they could release themselves. The devil is burning the backside of the male, and he's about to give a bitch slap to the female's head. So this is somebody who likes to keep people in line. And it might be that some of you guys do experience the Ten of Swords energy, where there is a little bit of treachery going on with this Ten of Swords coming in for you, because somebody's got control issues, and it might be that somebody still wants to have you beholden to them, or they want to keep you in line. They don't want you to flourish, and you want to flourish here. You've had enough of the situation, all right? That could be one scenario. However, at the last halt, when you guys seem to be freeing yourself, Taurus, it might be, with this Ten of Swords, it's too much. Because the Ten of Swords can also mean overkill, and it can mean with the sword energy that you are suppressed by all of these ideas. So really it's about becoming in victim mode, and it might be because you guys can't let go of the situation here. You seem to be doing very, very well up until this point. Hopefully that's not your energy, that you're doing this to yourself. If it's somebody doing it to themselves, they can basically, if this somebody else doing this to you, if this devil represents a troublemaker, somebody around you, somebody who's quite toxic, they can basically fuck off. Because all it is that they're jealous. The devil represents jealousy as well. So it might be, if you want to leave a situation, Taurus, this person doesn't want you to leave. So they're going to put a final few knives in your back there. Why is that? Because they're jealous, because they've got control issues as the devil. Your hopes will be the Eight of Pentacles, and I think this is no longer to work or invest on this situation. Why is the hopes for Taurus the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse? Show me. Because of the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So you guys are no longer wanting to work on this situation because it's too much of a head fuck. It might also be because this situation isn't providing. When you get the Ace of Swords in the reverse, it's about a lack of clarity, but it's also about distrust and a lack of truth. So when you get the Ace of Swords, somebody might be lying to you, or somebody's not giving you the whole truth. And it might be that your hope is no longer to invest in a situation if you are dealing with untruth, or you are dealing with a situation that's not clear. The outcome shows justice in the reverse. Why is justice in the reverse for Taurus in the outcome? Why is justice reversed for Taurus in the outcome? Show me. Right, because of the King of Wands reversed. Some of you guys, it might be that this devil is this King of Wands. The King of Wands reverse can be a pretty nasty, treacherous type of individual. He's a nasty, treacherous animal. When he's in the upright, he can be he can be quite fair. This is somebody who gives you the benefit of their wisdom. This is somebody who can be very, very encouraging. But when he's in the reverse, it's all kings and queens are fairly self-centered when they're in the reverse. You get the Queen of Cups. She's very much in victim mode as a reversal. She's somebody who's a drama queen in the reversal. She's somebody who pushes people away. She pushes them out. She goes into depression mode. Queen of Wands can become less fearless. She can become more insecure as a card in the reverse. She can also be quite a gossiper in the reverse, and she can become quite bitchy. Queen of Swords in the reverse can again be somebody who gossips, who lies, somebody who is quite brutal, quite frank. They don't watch their words. They don't know how to speak to anyone. And it's the same for the kings. The King of Wands in the reverse is a spiritual guru, somebody who has a vision for the future, somebody who's able to communicate that vision. This is somebody who's motivated. This is somebody who's ambitious. But in the reverse, it becomes quite a lazy card, somebody who's demotivated, lacking ambition, but also somebody who's not particularly spiritual and becomes consumed by his own ambitions with this King of Wands energy. So I feel that the Justice card in the reverse says that you're not getting justice at this time. You're looking to get justice. You're looking to tread a new path here, Taurus. But for me, the Justice card is saying that you guys aren't getting any justice at this time. But it's down to, I feel, what somebody says. I'm going to get more clarity on that King of Wands reverse. What do you mean? And especially if the King of Wands is your energy, Taurus, it might be that as a result of what somebody's doing to you here, you don't go for the thing that you want to go for with that Justice card reversed, okay? So you don't get that balance or that harmonious energy that the Justice card in the upright refers to because of a lack of motivation to do this thing or whatever it is that you're looking to do in the outcome. So if this is your energy, it's because somebody's making you feel like that. Can you just give us a bit more information on why you're giving me the King of Wands reverse is the reason for Justice reversed in the overall outcome, please? Well, because of the Six of Wands reversed. Alright? So it might be that you guys aren't achieving what you want to achieve with the Justice card. There's a lack of harmony and a lack of balance showing here. Alright? This is an unjust card when it's in the reverse. It's either by somebody whose ambitions are purely, I feel, focused on themselves with that King of Wands in the reverse. Why is that? Maybe it's because they feel that you've not recognised them. This is somebody, if it's somebody around you, they don't like the fact that you fucked them off. Or you told them you weren't interested, or you told them you didn't want to be around them, whatever the scenario is for you, Taurus. But this is someone, I feel, with this King of Wands in the reverse, whose only goal and only kind of vision is to have things their way. And they're not willing to share any type of spiritual depth. It's all about them with the King of Wands in the reverse. And that's because of the Six of Wands reverse. Six of Wands reverse represents a lack of success. It also represents to be, again, unmotivated to reach forward. It also represents when you're not being recognised by others, with your the reverse of this card. So it might be somebody around you who's, especially, and I think that if this is somebody who's doing this to you guys, they're plunging those knives in the back because they want to have some form of control over you still with the Devil. They're being quite toxic possibly in doing these energies. It might be that you, with justice, you don't get your justice at this time. And the justice that you're looking for is your own justice, because you've put in all the hard work to get the justice that you want, to get the new beginning, to get the closure. And it might be the Justice card in the reverse is saying that this is a lack of closure at this time on this situation here. The situation is still open. It's still very unbalanced with the Justice card in the reverse, because this person here, who I'm reading as if this is the Devil who's done this to you with the Ten of Swords, then it will show, I believe, as this King of Wands in the reverse. Could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius individual. Alright, quite a spiteful character in the reverse. Everything's about, again, me, me, me. Very self-absorbed energy. Maybe they weren't getting the response from you that they wanted. Maybe they felt that you weren't putting them on that pedestal. Maybe they felt that you won't recognise them for the big I am that they are. So they needed to. But I would say that, you know, if this is somebody around you that's doing this, Taurus, don't let them affect your self-confidence. Because I think that somebody's trying to affect your self-confidence here. And the ability to go and do things that you want to do, you know. I'm just going to get a couple of clarifiers on your hopes, because I think that's interesting. And I want to get the Devil as well. Why will Taurus experience the Ten of Swords because of the Devil as an influence coming in? Why will the Taurians experience the Ten of Swords because of the Devil as an influence coming in 2 cards? Alright, so I feel that this person... You got it because of the King of Swords, the Sun and the King of Swords. So I feel for some of you guys, this is about somebody who's doing this to you, that Ten of Swords. I feel that what the influences are coming in as something that's a failure, or somebody's plunging some knives into your back, because I think that they need some form of control over you. And I feel that this might be saying that there is an because the Sun card isn't always about positive energy, and especially as it's the clarifier for those 2 very negative cards, the Ten of Swords and the Devil. So I feel that this might be something to do with somebody's ego. Sun can mean ego. And you've got a King of Swords here, alright? And I think that this person is... When you get the King of Swords is fairly analytical as an individual. So this is somebody who's emotionally very detached as an individual, but also they're very communicative. So they're giving some form of communication here based on the Sun. But the Sun card, I don't know whether this person is trying to highlight any truths to you, possibly about who they are. The Sun, this King of Swords doesn't show in the reverse, so he doesn't show as somebody who's nasty or somebody who's lying. It might be that they're communicating quite openly with you. The Sun card means to be open, it means clarity, and this person's communicating a truth to you. So this person's communicating, the Sun is being communicated, I feel, by this King of Swords. I think that they're communicating something quite truthfully to you. And that's why you're getting this Ten of Swords being stabbed in the back, maybe by this person who's got control issues. Because I think this person's coming in, and what they're doing is, with this Sun card, it can also be the ego is being truthfully, I feel, communicated. So this person's communicating to you what they truthfully feel about you. And this is a person that I feel sits in the place of ego, rather than, you know, for the sake of doing you a good turn. Because you've got the Sun card sitting here, and the Sun card is not just about positive. you know, we could say that this is positive communication, but why, if it's positive communication, do you have this? It could be, on the other hand, that maybe you guys will feel, if this isn't somebody who's being nasty, Taurus, it might be what you experience then with this Ten of Swords, that you feel a little bit deflated, or you feel very deflated. Why is that? Because of the Devil. Alright, and now the Devil energy, for me, I don't really like the Devil as a card, because the Devil represents a toxic situation. So it might be that you're feeling deflated here because of the Devil. You're feeling, I don't know whether you're feeling let down for some of you guys. If this isn't somebody putting knives in your back, if it is somebody that's putting knives in your back, the Devil, somebody who's got control issues, it might be that the ego is being truthfully communicated. So it might be that somebody's showing their true self to you, because the Sun card represents the self. Okay, it's represented by the zodiac sign of Leo, and sometimes when you look at the Sun card, it can also be a card of a narcissist, or somebody who is very self, who has a very important sense of self. So it represents somebody who's very confident, or somebody who's got a very big ego, and it might be that the self with that Sun card is being communicated by that King of Swords. So it might be that this person is showing what their true colours are to you. I would probably read that as that. I think the self is being communicated truthfully by the King of Swords energy. So this person's coming out and telling you exactly what they think about you from their perspective and who they are. I think the self with the Sun card is being communicated truthfully. I think this person is truthfully communicating with you who they are, which is why what you'll experience is this Ten of Swords, possibly feeling let down, feeling deflated, but also knives in the back by somebody who's potentially got control issues. And I think that this person is really showing this with these two cards as the clarifier. I want to see why the outcome for you guys, well actually what we'll look at first is why your hopes are the Eight of Pentacles because of the Ace of Swords. Why is it that Taurus is hoping for the Eight of Pentacles reversed because of the Ace of Swords reversed in two cards? Show me. Well, you've got a King of Pentacles that flipped out here, and that's you, Taurus. What do you mean by the King of Pentacles? Show me the other card that sits along with this. This is you. Okay. So I think that you guys have been feeling a sense of instability because you've got the King of Pentacles here, but King of Pentacles is Taurus, and this is your energy. So I'm going to read this as card as you, Taurus. And when you get the King of Pentacles, this is somebody who's quite solid. The Two of Pentacles is a card about trying to find balance. So I think that the King of Pentacles actually is trying to find balance. I think that you guys are trying to find balance in a situation, and that's why you're not willing to invest any more time or effort with that Eight of Pentacles into a situation that lacks clarity, or into a situation that you feel is not honest, because the Ace of Swords in the reverse means dishonesty, it means a lack of clarity, and it also means lies and deceit. And I don't think that you're willing to plough your time. And also the Ace of Swords in the reverse means a situation that's not changing, and it also means stagnancy in a struggle. And I feel that you're not willing to apply any more time or effort with this Eight of Pentacles into a situation with the Ace of Swords that's not changing. It doesn't have the ability to change, and that's because you guys are trying to find some balance at the moment. Alright, the outcome shows as the Justice card reverse and the King of Wands and the Six of Wands reverse. Why is it the outcome, the Justice card reverse, because of the King of Wands and the Six of Wands reversed? Why is it that the outcome is Justice reversed for Taurus because of the King of Wands reversed and that Six of Wands reversed? Show me in two cards. Because of the Ace of Cups and the Page of Swords. For some of you guys, it might be that you feel that a new project or a new beginning needs some form of research. Page of Swords often shows somebody who's a researcher, shows them looking into the finer details of a situation, and the Ace of Cups is all about new projects, new beginnings, new love. So I think that what's happening here is this is not the time. The Justice card says that you don't, I feel in the outcome, get some form of completion on a matter here. I think it's because of the King of Wands. It might be that, you know, if this isn't the person here, it might be that with this Justice energy showing as a lack of settlement, something's not being settled here, it's not being wrapped up when it's in the reverse. It's not always that something is unjust, it just means that something is not reached a point of a cyclical ending here as well, with the Justice card in the reverse. So you don't get your justice here, you don't get your rewards, you don't get your, your fresh start, your new beginning. Cards like Justice, Death, they're all kind of the same thing, because justice means the ending of a cycle. It's like the World card in a way. It means a settlement of a situation, whether it's in court or otherwise. You're finding that balance and harmony in the outcome. You're getting the rewards. But here there are no rewards in what you're doing at the moment, Taurus, in the outcome. But it's because of a King of Wands. It's either a person who's so self-absorbed that needed to do this Ten of Swords, because I think the self is being very, very much communicated here because of this, showing us the reasons for that Ten of Swords and the Devil card. Somebody, I feel, it might be, because that Devil card can... really bothers me. If we have this Ten of Swords because of, I don't know, a better card, you know, a nicer card, a card that showed, maybe the Queen of Cups, that showed that somebody was really sort of emotionally invested in you, they wanted you to do well, they were doing things, because the cards change, you know, according to what they're with. So Ten of Swords isn't always a bad card. Sometimes the Ten of Swords can mean, Taurus, that you come to some form of a realisation, and sometimes you might realise that something is over, and though it's painful, there's a realisation that this thing is over and you can start again. And if it's, I feel if it's with, because of a better card, a nicer card, you know, that shows that maybe somebody said something to you, and maybe it hurts with that Ten of Swords, but it was for the best, because this person's intentions were good. It's all about the intentions of the Ten of Swords. However, we've got the Ten of Swords because of the Devil. And the Devil card is notoriously a card about people that have control issues. I've met many devils through the tarot. People who are bipolar sometimes. And I shouldn't say bipolar because it's not a bad thing to be bipolar. It's a medical condition. But, you know, this is what the Devil card is. It represents people that have control issues. They want control over others. They don't want people to, you know, to fly, people to be themselves. This is why the Devil on the card is burning the ass of the guy in the back to bitch slap the woman, because he wants control over someone. And I feel that that's because the ego, the self, is being clearly communicated by another individual. So this person's clearly communicating either what they think of you, or they're coming open. I feel they're being more open about who they are. All right, and that's because you wanted to leave a situation here. You wanted to go on a fresh start, and somebody's ego got in the way. And they're truly communicating, I feel, with that Sun and the King of Swords, who they truly are. And in the outcome, it might be that something doesn't change for you here with the Justice card reversed. You don't get the justice that you were after, this fresh start, this new beginning, because somebody was so self-absorbed. It was all about me, me, me. In other words, maybe with this King of Wands in the reverse, well, and the Six of Wands, why didn't this person show me attention? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fuck this person over. And that's because... So, but we could say it's that, but it could also very much be because we've got a new beginning with this Ace of Cups, possibly needs more research with that Page of Swords energy. So it could just as well be that somebody's done something here. They've been open and honest about who they are, where they stand on a situation with you, Taurus. And it might be that justice is not pursued at this time with this Justice card in the reverse, because it might be something to do with your lack of motivation to move this thing forward, to come out, to represent yourself, to present yourself to whatever the situation or whatever the new opportunity is with that Six of Wands. Six of Wands means to present oneself, to get oneself noticed, to get oneself recognised in a situation. And it might easily be that this isn't this person's energy, it might be yours. And I'm only saying that because I feel within the Ace of Cups, this love, you've got a new beginning here, but it might be for some of you guys you need to research this. So I think it's because of what somebody said to you. But it could also be, if this is the person that why justice is not being completed for you guys in the outcome, Taurus, it might be if it's a person, that King of Wands. All kings in the reverse show the worst aspects of what a king is. This King of Wands is very self-absorbed as an individual with this King of Wands energy showing here because of the Six of Wands, because they didn't get something that they wanted. Six of Wands means in the upright that you get the goal, you attain the success, but this person didn't get something that they wanted. And it might be because within this relationship, it could be that you spoke a truth with the Page of Swords. You told the person. So, you know, the Page of Swords is all about communicating the truth. Did you tell the truth on your feelings? Because the Ace of Cups is about feelings and this is about talking the truth. So some of you guys, it might be that somebody's being a bit bitchy here because you communicated there was something that you didn't want. We'll go through the reading again and then we're going to sum up with the Angel Answers card. You guys are, I think that you've had enough as the Queen of Wands in the reverse. I think that you're feeling very insecure. For some of you guys, you're feeling possibly a little bit tender with this energy. But I also feel that for some of you guys, Taurus, there is the sense of not being able to passionately invest in a situation here. Because I think that you know with this Nine of Cups energy, it's not really going to lead anywhere. It's not going to bring you any type of rewards with that Nine of Cups reverse. But also you know that a wish is not going to be fulfilled with this card being in the reverse, because the energies are showing that, and I think this is you, I think you've made a very big decision here. You've made an absolute decision with the Two of Swords in the reverse because of the Star card. But also you've made in the reverse. So this would say that, you know, giving up hope, no more aspiration. For some of you guys, Taurus, I think you've made a very big decision that this thing is not going to manifest the things that you wanted it to manifest with the Star energy. In the recent past, there might have been some form of a delay in terms of turning the tide for yourselves on this situation with the Sun energy. And I think it's with the Chariot card, because somebody's actually holding you guys back here with this Charioteer in the reverse. When he's in the upright, he wants to move forward. In the reverse, this person's delaying stuff. So it might be somebody around you is delaying you moving forward in the recent past. Because I'm pretty sure that some of you guys have made up your mind that something isn't worth fighting for anymore. And I feel that the Sun card is saying that there are delays in you guys moving forward with this new, fresh energy. Because I think this Charioteer, it could be a Cancer, it could be anybody who has control issues as a Chariot, because Chariot represents somebody in control. When it's in the reverse, it means you lose control. So it might be that you guys have resisted change, or change is not coming just yet with this Sun card in the reverse. And I feel that this is because of a person, the Charioteer in the reverse. They're either holding you back, they're delaying your progress. I think somebody might be delaying your progress around a situation here because of their own control issues, because they might be fearing losing control on this situation. The influences around you are a lack of patience or feeling slightly unbalanced. It could be through this person's communication, what they're saying to you, the illusions that they've been creating around you. And that's why your energies around you will be, I feel, with this Five of Swords in the reverse. Five of Swords is really about giving up. It's about letting go of some form of a conflict, maybe in this relationship with the Lovers card, or letting go of a conflict with the Five of Swords, just kind of surrendering and giving up on it. Because with this Lovers card, you've made a choice that's going to benefit you in the best possible way, Taurus. And I do feel that as a result of that, you guys have decided the most likely outcome will be that you'll withdraw, because you want to follow a new path with that Fool card. Okay, you want to go on a new journey, and you've just kind of had enough. And you said, you know what, I'm just going to withdraw from this situation with the Hermit card, because I really need to follow a new path going forward in the immediate future. And that's good, because that's the most likely outcome if you carried on the same way. However, what you experience coming in is an ending of some form of a cycle here, possibly because with this Knight of Swords card you want to pursue something new. It might be that you're feeling the greatest happiness. It might be that you've got something new coming in with that Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords often shows things that are arriving to us, okay? Might be for some of you guys, you're ending a cycle in the immediate future because you're sick of the drama of the Knight of Swords energy. However, I think if you're sick of the drama, more drama is what you'll get. Because you've got the influences coming in is, I think somebody might do something. They might say something to you. They might try and lower your self-confidence with that Ten of Swords in the influences coming in, because they have control issues and they need to find a way to keep you in line, to keep you where you are. I feel for some of you guys, this person doesn't want you to move forward. They don't want you to realise what you can become, because they've got control issues. Hence why in the recent past there's been a slight delay in this new beginning with the Sun card, because I think that somebody's trying to halt your progress with that Chariot energy, and they're doing it here coming in. I think you want to release drama here with this Ten of Cups and the Knight of Swords, but I feel this person wants more drama, and what they want to do is they want to lower your confidence because of what they do with the Devil. Alright, devils represent black magic, you know. I'm not saying they're causing black magic, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to keep you in line with that Devil card. They don't want you to be free, and why is that? Because this person with the Sun card, because I asked why is it the Ten of Swords and the Devil card? Well, it's because of the Sun and the King of Swords. So I think that this person is actually showing you truly who they are. This person is communicating something honestly to you. Well, what are they communicating? They're communicating the Sun. Alright, it could be that this person wants to keep you where you are because they want to positive. See, this is a thinking card as well. It might be that they've got some positive thoughts going on here that they want to act out. So the kings are doers, and when you're a king of swords, you've got ideas, but you want to act on those ideas. So it might be for some of you guys, somebody thinks that if they hold you back, if they lessen your confidence, it's because of the sun and the king of swords. So it might be that they've got some very positive ideas that they actually want to start to enact in whatever this relationship is. It could also be that they're doing this to you. They're trying to hold you back. They're keeping control because it's the ego maybe that they're displaying with the king of swords through their thoughts and their actions. You guys are hoping to no longer invest in this situation, no longer work on it because of the Ace of Swords. It's too confusing. You probably can't get to the heart of the matter with the Ace of Swords, but it's also something that's been very stagnant for a while, and that's because you guys, being the King of Pentacles, which is brilliant, stable and solid, you want to start creating some balance within your life once again. The outcome shows either as justice is not being served here for some of you guys. It could be because this King of Wands, which I would probably read as the devil energy, this is somebody who's quite self-absorbed. And why are they self-absorbed? Because you're not giving them the attention that they want. You're not paying them the attention. This person has themselves on a pedestal. It's like, how dare he or she do this? They're not allowed to do this. They're meant to be on my side. This is a fairly narcissistic energy here. And it could be because you communicated, in love, in feelings of the Ace of Cups, you communicated the truth with the Page of Swords energy. I want to see what that truth is. What is that truth? What is that truth with the Page of Swords? Possibly that you want to be on your own with the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles shows an independent individual. This shows somebody who can do things on their own. You know, they can set up a business on their own. They can take care of themselves. They're fine on their own when you get the Nine of Pentacles. So some of you guys, it might be your feelings, your true feelings, because this is feelings and this is truth. So it might be you were communicating the truth, how you truly felt about the situation with this individual, and that might be with this Nine of Pentacles. Some of you guys simply either wanted to go in another direction. You know, for example, if it's a working situation, I want to leave this job, it's not paying me enough and I want to set up on my own. It might be the Ten of Swords is perfectly saying, you set up on your own, you're joking me, how are you going to do it? How are you going to pay your bills? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? Because the ego with that Sun card is being displayed, not just in thoughts, but in also words and actions from this individual here. And this person's done it. They don't want you to have justice in the upright. They want you to have it reversed. They don't want you to have settlement of something here. They don't want you to complete something in your life here because they want the recognition to be focused on them. And it could be because in your feelings, you have truthfully communicated that perhaps if it's love, you want to be on your own. If it's something like work, well, I can do it for myself. Very interesting reading, Taurus. Let's get the angel answers and what the advice is. I don't think you should give up on anything. And I think if somebody's trying to delay your progress, you still need to move on ahead. It's all about what you feel and not what they feel. Universe Spirit, what is the advice that you have for Taurus? What is the advice that you have for Taurus? What is the advice that you have for Taurus in this reading? Show me. Tells you to get more information. So that could also be the case, as I've said, in the outcome. Some of you guys, justice might not be applicable at this time in this situation because some of you guys might be feeling a little bit nervous. You might be feeling a little bit scared, lack of motivation to move forward or to present yourself in a situation. And it could be also that a new idea, fresh start, needs more clarifying, it needs more research here before you actually move out into the situation on your own with that Nine of Pentacles. So indeed, it might be the other way around as well, where you've got the Ten of Swords. But I don't like that devil because of the devil. Somebody might want to keep you where you are, but it might be because this person's thinking positively with the Sun energy. They're thinking and they're communicating positively with you. It might be for some of you guys, somebody actually doesn't want you to do something because they're saying, well, it's not the right time for you to do it. So you don't do it in the outcome because the energies are saying get more information on the situation, okay? You need to get more information and reconsider. All right, with those energies, all right? So it might be the other way around, that somebody's doing something, not only because they still want to keep you on a rein, or it could be that they're fearful. They might be doing this because with the Devil card that they're fearful, okay? And it might be that, you know, the clarifiers are there's a person around you who's communicating the truth in terms of the Sun. So maybe this person's trying to open your eyes to something as well. Could also be that too. If it's the other scenario, then fair enough, but it might also be the other scenario I spoke of. Alright, Taurus, that's your reading for the last 2 weeks in September 2017. I would like to say thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I will speak to you guys again in October. Take care.